Okay, today is April 22nd, 2016, and right now at 11:54 p.m. in the foothills of Los Angeles, we have a barometric pressure of 29.97 or 1,015 millibar. Temperature is 54 degrees. The relative humidity is 78%, and the dew point is 48 degrees. And today we had moderate chemtrail spraying in the skies over Southern California once again. It was not as heavy by any means as yesterday, but there was still a lot of spraying going on at high altitude, and that sort of ruined an otherwise really nice spring day. We should be having really nice spring showers in Southern California from all this moisture that should be moving in, but it's being blocked. We noticed right away that this upper level low pressure that was a dry low out here just a day ago has now moved over Baja, Mexico, and the mainland. And look how it's developed, rebuilt. It's developed. We still have a transmitter outline right here, all the way around that core. We only have half a core here because they've got this transmitter parked here. But look what's happening as this moves on shore. We have development and activity moving into New Mexico and Texas. So this is that example I was talking about in yesterday's video, how these dry systems just suddenly redevelop when they move onto shore away from California. When they're not posing a threat of rain to California, they just quickly move out of the area. Now this system here looks like it's dumping rain in Southern California, but it's not. We had a lot of chemtrails, and we can also see a transmitter right here that is bored at crescent shape right through, right on top of that system, and that is preventing the jet stream from continuing to feed the core of that system. We'll take a look at that here in the this is the infrared rainbow loop. We can see the channel that's been built out as a result of that transmitter. So we have the core of this system moving onshore through California. And by the way, it was raining very hard. It was pouring rain up near Tahoe and through Placerville on highway, I believe it is 50 up there. I got a report from somebody up there that said it was pouring rain. So that's good news. But as far as Southern California goes, uh, just nothing to report. Even though it's showing what looks like rain down here, there's even some red in the eastern part of the California desert there. All right, let's look at the jet stream map. We can see that a portion of the jet stream is moving right into central and southern California right here, and then turning to the northeast. Let's next take a look at the western water vapor loop, the western U.S., and we can see that something interesting is happening here. We have that channel, that there's a transmitter that's built a channel right here to prevent this jet stream flow from feeding that core. But look what's happening. There's a flow right through this area, right down here. And at the same time, we were seeing what looks like a transmitter boring a big hole right there. And as a result of this, I believe, we're seeing a blast pattern. This looks like a blast pattern all along here. And we'll look at this in the rainbow loop. Let's do that right now. I realize that the jet stream is moving right in this area, but and this just may be the result of the jet stream, but it's peculiar that a hole suddenly opens up right here when we've got the core of the system actually up here. If we go back to the water vapor, we can see that here's basically where the core seems to be, right up here. But we have something opening up right there, and we have a jet stream flow that seems to be moving right through here. So not sure what's happening there actually, but it does seem like there's a blast pattern being generated from whatever is causing that hole to open up. All right, let's look at the surface analysis map. We can see the high pressure is parked offshore, large area of high pressure out here. This is offshore. Meanwhile, we have a low 1,003 millibar sitting over central California there. We have a trough indicated. We've got another storm up here, 987 millibar storm system with two lows. This is moving to the north. And but no rain for Southern California. All right, let's look at this system now in the west central infrared, or rather, this is the water vapor loop. And you can see what's happening here. There's a hole that just opens up. And then it looks like there's some violent activity out here on the periphery of that front. Things are breaking up. There's a rapid movement. We do have jet stream flow through here. That may be what's happening, but we do have that channel. There's a transmitter here that's created a buffer zone to prevent the jet stream from feeding this core directly through the northern part of California, but we still have flow down through here. We can see that right through here. It's high velocity air moving right over Lompoc there. All right, here's the visible light mode. You can see an odd crescent shape that takes form throughout some of these frames. Let's just stop that for a second, click through. Right here we can start to see a very odd crescent shape. Right here takes shape. You scroll through, and this all opens up. This is jet stream flow here. But my suspicion is that there's something else going on. We do have these high Sierra all along here. Go back to the infrared loop. This looks to me like a blast pattern. We also see a lot of rapid movement in this direction up on this side of the storm. So looks like there's been some tampering going on right in here, and we're seeing the result mostly out here. Got a jet stream flow that's confusing things, but there's something going on there. Plus we have this buffer zone. This is all man-made. This is manipulation. Prevent that jet stream from feeding the core directly. It's going around, and they've got a transmitter in here, I believe is what's happening, and they're splitting this all up. They blasted this with some high energy RF, and that caused rapid expansion of the water vapor, and this is the effect. We get that blast pattern. I believe that's what's happening because of all the this odd shape right here. All right. Okay, so let's go to the geostationary water vapor image. We can see that can't really see the chemtrails too well in this view. They are spraying out here. You can see some trails being laid out in this jet stream moisture field moving towards California. But then we have these two. We have this upper level low down here off of Baja. Let me get the camera over a little bit more. Okay. We'll have to wait and see what happens here. We've got these two lows right next to each other, and we do have a this actually looks like it's collapsing, this channel, but there still is a fairly well-defined path right here, which nothing seems to be crossing. If you go back to this map here, we can see that as well. Even though it's collapsing right in this area, you still have, stop this thing and just roll through it carefully here. You can see that channel right all through there. It's a narrow channel, but it's there. And that is preventing this system and its moisture field from getting wound in with this one here. All right, so let's just watch that. Whoops, got to get the camera centered up. All right, let's go take a look at the surface analysis, or the sea level pressure. And we see that there is opportunities for rain to slide down through here. All the high pressure, the heavy, or we got 1,026 millibar. The strong high pressure is all moved out to the west. And we have a low indicated here. We've got a low over here. And these should be dropping in and bringing rain, but they're not because of these jack-in-the-box high-pressure systems that are popping up. The chemtrails, the 1-2 punch, they're waging against our weather. It's causing our drought. They're prolonging the drought, as I've mentioned before, but this is a serious problem. We've got that low shown up. This is the 500 millibar, two lows right next to each other. The wind, I believe, was caused by that hole being punched right in the middle of that system we were just looking at. Let's go back again. We had wind today. We have more forecasts for tomorrow, and I believe that was all caused by this transmitter punching a hole right through the center of this. We got the blast pattern there. Some of that came back towards Los Angeles, even though we have a jet stream flow blowing everything to the east. Okay, so we had the 500 millibar map. Let's look at the 300 millibar map. We can see no indication of high pressure between these two systems. There are a couple of blips through here. Basically, we have two upper level lows. Let's go back to the 500 again. Pretty much the same thing. There's no indication of high pressure that we were seeing being punched into that core of that system. Same here on the sea level pressure map. There's no indication of high pressure. So these maps are not correctly indicating the hanky-panky going on, and I'm not surprised with that, but I just want to point that out. These maps are not always accurate. All right. Okay, so let's look at this again. We should be getting rain from all of this. We've got hanky-panky going on here. We've got a transmitter on this system here, and as well as a buffer zone here preventing the jet stream from feeding straight into California. Okay, that's it. That's the summary. We'll do another update tomorrow.